What up? It's your boy, Incredible Man. Yes, I'm back at it again, and I just finished Dr. Stone episode 15, and this is my discussion/review, man. And yes, it was another wonderful episode, man. I enjoyed it from start to finish yet again. The comedy was there, the realness of the episode was there, and the drama as well, man, because it brought everything to the table. And I'm going to be real. Every time I watch the Dr. Stone episode, the previous episode answers the questions that was left lingering in the previous episode before that episode. But every time at the end of an episode, they leave me with more questions, wondering what is going on in this world because I'm so puzzled. Okay, because we now know that the village is called, what is it called? Hold on, let me see. Okay, it's called ISHIGAMI Village. And Senku's the chief for one. But Ruini is all better, and she knows that Senku's original name is Senku Ishigami. And the village is titled after him. So, I'm hoping, this is nothing but pure speculation, they either found something that ties to Senku's past that made them name the village Ishigami Village, or Senku's dad may have been part of the reason or something happening that turned everyone to stone, or his dad may have lived and not have been turned to stone and he founded that village. There's so many questions. See what I'm saying? Every time you watch an episode and they answer the questions that you had from the previous episode, they leave you with more questions at the end of every episode, wondering where are they going next, because now my mind is blown. My mind is like literally shattered because the village is named Ishigami and it's named after Senku's name, but it could not only just mean him, but it could mean his father, or it could be possibly something they found of Senku's, like a journal or something. That leaves you nowhere but theory territory, unless you're a manga reader and they've gotten that far in the manga. Well, they have to. I mean, they're putting out each episode and stuff. So they've gotten that far in the manga, but only manga readers probably know exactly what's going on. Us anime-only watchers, I know I'm dumbfounded. I'm so confused at what's going on now. But let's talk about the episode, Ben. Picks up right after last week's episode, and we have them just relaxing and chilling around as they continue to go on about the tournament. And we have Genro. I love Genro so much. Genro is a fun character, man. Chrome is my guy. Senku is my other guy. But Genro he's right there in the making, man. With him and Gen, they're like neck and neck for my third. I don't know which one I want, but like they're like neck and neck. Because Genro this episode was absolutely hilarious, man. He was up there talking to Ruini. Well, you know, me and Senku's gonna lose, so then it could just be you and Chrome could be the village chief. She's like, well, it doesn't matter, Genro. I'm going to do it for the village, so it doesn't matter who I marry. And Genro, he took it and ran with it. It doesn't matter who you marry. So then he started fighting Senku full force. Then he had pictures of a harem and taking all of the women in the village, and then having, I'm going to eat ramen every day. It was so hilarious. I love Genro, man. And then the officiator of the tournament was like, Genro, read between the lines. Think about what she's saying. He doesn't care. He didn't care. He didn't care. And then Chrome helped Senku win the match because he threw the helmet. and Senku used it like a teeter-totter. And it hit Genro. It was so hilarious. I loved it, man. But actually, I really loved how the villagers pretty much accepted Senku. Like, even though he won, I thought they were going to have way more animosity toward him because he was still an outsider, but they pretty much accepted him winning. I mean, there was some back and forth in there in the whole episode because they couldn't just overly accept it like right off the bat. There had to be some pushback, so I understood that. But then when they broke down and made the cure-all drug, dude, I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna talk about the science because that's not my profession. That's not my lifestyle. I know nothing about it, and I'm not going to get up here and make a fool of myself talking about sciences and medical terms and stuff that I know nothing about. I'm just going to say that it was really cool and really smart, and it was nice how they really broke it down and showed how everything was made. And I love that about Dr. Stone because they do that, and it's so intriguing to see how they do that. So then we have this episode where the cure-all gets made, but in the process, we also see Senku taking the river water and putting it through like a filter system them and kind of doing something else. And then Gen comes and finds out that it's carbonated water. So we knew where he was going with that, and I'm so happy to see Gen getting his cola. And they showed us how to make cola, and I'm gonna be real, I think I'm gonna save this episode to see if I can make my own cola, just to try it out. It may not taste good, but I'm gonna try it anyway. But I think that'll be super fun to make and try and see. Then we also have Gen going back and forth with, I can't remember his name, the old guy. Then he pulled his cloth off. It was like, dude, you are ripped. He was like, oh, not a week old bad. So it was funny with that, man. But yeah, we have the whole science team leaving the village immediately after the tournament to go work on the cure-all. So they fix the cure-all, then they find themselves there and ready and giving it to Ruini. They give it to Ruini, and she takes it and everything's fine. Then Senku starts to listen to her lungs to see how everything's going and see if she's congested or anything like that, and it finds out that her lungs are filled with fluid. So then that kind of gets Senku to thinking, and then he finds and sees some rats on the ground, and this breaks into a whole nother different part. This shows Senku actually doing like doctor stuff. I mean, like normally, you know, he's always just doing more scientific type stuff where he's making stuff and everything from that. But this time he done an autopsy. He's checking on the rat, and that whole interaction with Gen and Kohaku is, you like, we're not going to eat it, are we? And Gen was like, are you guys eating rats? And she was like, well, not all the time, and we're not eating this one. So I was like, and Gen was like, yeah. So, but yeah, come to find out, and Senku was thinking, like, doing the autopsy and everything, and they were rushing back to go check on Ruini because all of a sudden, she took a turn for the worse. Like, she was being everything, like, it was just bum rushing her body, and she was coughing, and it was, she couldn't control herself. She fell over, and everything was happening at the same time with Ruini. And Senku comes to find out, he was thinking that it was tuberculosis, and like, I felt like it would have been tuberculosis because, like, you know, in that time period, and that having that happen like that with them, they wouldn't have been able to fix tuberculosis. There was no way they would have cured that. But with it being pneumonia, it was easier to fix and worry about. So that's exactly what it was, and they could fix it. But Senku was so worried that it was tuberculosis, and Kohaku's father was even grabbing Senku, was ready to attack Senku, and was like, you did this to my daughter. She was fine before you gave her that medicine that powder that you gave her. But that powder saved her because all she had was pneumonia. And the thing is, though, she had it for maybe ever since she was like 6. So that's crazy that she made it to 18. I'm with Senku. I'm surprised she's still alive. So, and they did highlight that everything that Kohaku was doing, getting the hot springs water, is what kept her going and kept her alive. And that's totally cool, and I love that fact. But then in this whole time span, her father was ready to attack Senku, and Kohaku saved Senku, man. She saved him and was like, well, father, what you call weird sorcery, we know it as science. Right? The science team. So we know it as science, and they came together. Kohaku, Kenro, Genro, Sueka, Chrome, all of them was like, no, father, we trust Senku because it is science. And everyone was like, in unison, was like, yeah, we agree. We trust Senku. So to have that happen was actually really legit, man. I was so cool with that happening, with everybody coming together and be like, yeah, we trust Senku. So after that happens, then we kind of jump and pass everything. I'm assuming that they went and made her more powder and for the antibiotics to cure the pneumonia. So then we jump forward and we see Ruini having a wonderful time running and enjoying the freeness of her being able to move around more than she's ever been able to. And she's running real fast, and her bodyguards, her father, and everyone, even the villagers, they were all so happy to see her moving around. And then we get to see her having a wonderful time and enjoying and thanking Senku. And then she's looking over at Chrome. And then we break off into the most wonderful part of this show. We get back to the village. Kohaku's father tells everyone that, well, Senku's now the village leader. Okay. And then he said, Senku is the village leader of Ishigami Village. Dude, that is hardcore. Because now we know that, well, we knew it from the get-go, but Senku's name is Senku Ishigami. Or Ishigami Senku. Take your pick. Ruini says, I knew all along that your name was Ishigami Senku, or Senku Ishigami, take your pick. And then it ends. Dude, like I said earlier in my video, that jumps nothing but theory territory, and it leaves more questions than what they answered in the previous episode. I'm so confused. But now, what I think in theory territory wise is that maybe Senku's father, he somehow managed to live past the petrification that happened to everyone else, or turning everyone into stone. He somehow managed to live, or they found a book with Senku, some of the stuff about Senku or something, or his mother. No, his mother died, didn't she? I think his mother died. So either his father, or they found a notebook or something containing something about Senku. But I'm going to stick with the father theory of somehow his father managed to live past the whole point of everyone being turned to stone, or he may even be involved with everything of how everyone turned to stone. There's a big debate. I don't know. Manga readers know. I don't know because I'm not a manga reader. But I'm super excited to find out more, man. This is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.